Could Garett Bolles be on the move? Do all the Colorado teams make the list for most valuable sports franchise worldwide? Plus, it's 222, which could be a historic night. Welcome to your Denver Sports Daily for February 22nd. It's a special day. Let's go.
Taking you through your morning headlines, it's Denver Sports Daily with Rachel Vigil.
Could Garett Bolles be on the move? Bleacher Report dreamt up a scenario where the Tennessee Titans swoop in and get Bolles. The 31-year-old would be an immediate fill for the team going young at quarterback, and it may allow them to even keep their first-round pick since they could offer Denver number 38 early in the second round. That means that the Titans could also add a badly needed offensive weapon with their number 7 pick while utilizing the second most cap space in the league to fill their need at tackle. In addition to that being a big move in a rebuild, the trade would save Denver $16 million against the cap. Denver is already projected to be $25 million over the cap and then take a hit of $80 million for cutting Russell Wilson. Oh, it hurts. What would you think about seeing Bolles on the move, or are you wanting to keep the tackle here in Denver? As always, let me know in the comments. And Courtland Sutton, we love Courtland Sutton. He had 3 of the top 10 NFL catches this year. How could we forget this one against the Chiefs? But no, this was not the best one. Even though it is pretty and we love seeing it, it indeed was not the best one at number 10. Coming in at number 5, here we go, up against the Chargers. Russell Wilson obviously trying to find time and then connects with his favorite player right there, Courtland Sutton. Absolutely insane. I didn't think this was going to be a catch when I saw it. I remember freaking out. And I was like, heck yes, Courtland Sutton. And then coming in at number 3, everybody remembers this catch right here. Unreal. Being able to just recognize where his toes were absolutely insane. Love seeing that for Courtland Sutton. Now, players get fined every single week in the NFL. It's something we've all kind of known to expect at time and time, but some teams end up paying a lot more than others. And according to sportingpost.com, the Arizona Cardinals are the NFL's most fined team, forking over more than $9.2 million over the last 5 seasons. The Browns came in second with $8.4 million, followed by the Denver Broncos with $6.4 million. The Giants and Titans follow behind them. Now, with Kareem Jackson alone adding up nearly $1 million last season with 4 unnecessary roughness calls and then his suspension, I'm not really surprised by this number. I feel like a lot kind of came with it, but again, I'm not super surprised. Josie Jewell got in trouble and got fined for his pew-pew guns that he's done. We've seen a lot of it, and over the last 5 years, again, I feel like this isn't anything crazy. Now, the Denver Broncos are the number 24 most valuable sports franchise worldwide, according to a new report by Sportico. One other Denver sports franchise, the Denver Nuggets, made the top 100, coming in at number 61. The Colorado Rockies, Colorado Avalanche did not make the list, nor did the Colorado Rapids. And I do kind of find it a little bit fascinating, but here's the top 5 teams. So number 1 most valuable team, nobody is going to be surprised, is of course the Dallas Cowboys. They come in at $9.5 billion. This one is surprising to me. The Golden State Warriors, yes, they have had so much success within the last 10 years, come in at number 2. The Knicks come in at number 3, Lakers number 4, and then a baseball team cracks in with New York Yankees coming in at number 5. So all 32 NFL teams made the top 100, which isn't surprising at all, but the Jacksonville Jaguars and Cincinnati Bengals did not make the top 50. Additionally, all 30 NBA teams made the top 100. And when it comes to the NFL teams, the Broncos ranked 13 ahead of Kansas City, which comes in at number 33, and Los Angeles, which comes in at number 31. With the success that the Chiefs have had, that's very surprising to me. The Broncos, of course, we're trying to figure out what they're going to do at QB. It's going to be a question every single day. And some people are a little interested in Justin Fields. And did he give us a big hint about where he would be playing next season? If nothing else, he is giving the internet some clues to debate leading up to the draft and all of the drama that comes with it. First, Fields unfollowed the Chicago Bears on social media. I love how we all search on players' social media. But then he also followed lots of Falcon players, including Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Kyle Pitts. So does this mean that a trade to the Falcons could possibly be in the work? Vegas does think so, as they have DraftKings has the Falcons as the favorite to land Fields. But Justin Fields is like, everybody slow your roll. And he responds, coming out saying, why do people take social media so serious? I still mess with the Bears, this and that. I'm trying to take a little break from football content. I unfollowed the Bears and the NFL. I'm just trying to not have football on my timeline. I know y'all mess with a girl. Just because you don't follow the girl on Instagram don't mean you're not messing with her. I like how that is the response back on that, it being like, yo, just like, you could be messing with the girl, but that doesn't mean you're gonna be following her on social media. I just kind of think it's a little bit of a load of BS. I'm like, if you're not gonna follow your own team on social media, yet you're following a bunch of other people and the Atlanta Falcons on social media, then your excuse doesn't really line up at all. But here's another twist in the mix for Justin Fields. Apparently, and maybe this is just me, but when somebody else now has interest in somebody that you could possibly have, I feel like you're like, wait, what am I missing out here? But apparently the Raiders are now in the mix for the QB. Tony Pollin from sportskita.com states there's another team that he was told has genuine interest in acquiring Fields, and it is the Las Vegas Raiders. So now that the Raiders, of course, you know, it's like a sibling here in the AFC West, as we would call it, have interest in Justin Fields, I'm like, wait, maybe the Broncos should take another look at Justin Fields. How would you feel about him being the quarterback of the Denver Broncos? Could he be a good bridge quarterback? Could he be the future of it? Or are you really just wanting them to go after the draft? It's a good question. Colorado Avalanche, they are taking on Detroit tonight for their first matchup against JT Compher. Detroit is 1 point back from the first wild card spot. That'll tell you a little bit about this team. It looks like Annunen will be in the net, and Logan O'Connor was on the ice this morning for morning skate, so that might mean that he could be out there for tonight's game. Looking back at the NBA, Paul Pierce joined the All the Smoke podcast talking about this year's NBA playoffs, in which he said he's not putting his money on anybody, but he does know one team that's getting out of the first round. Take a listen.
Only team that I know for sure ain't losing in the first round is Denver. Everybody else I feel like can get popped in the first round if the matchup wrong. Everybody else. Denver is the only team I'm confident that's getting out the first round. I'm putting cheese up.
Damn.
Minnesota, if they see Golden State. OKC, if they see the Lakers or Golden State. You know what I'm saying? These type of scenarios can come into play to where I'm not confident.
Listen, I'm telling these young boys won't smoke, bro.
Yeah, they do.
They
but
do.
I'm
That's
still
what
not
saying.
I'm not putting no money against Bron versus the young boys or Steph versus the young dudes.
I'm not mad about this, and I 100% agree. The Denver Nuggets essentially should get out of the first round. If they don't, it would be a huge disappointment as long as their starting five can stay healthy. But I also agree when it comes to the Lakers and the Warriors, their time is very, very quietly coming to an end. And Jake Shapiro was on Coffee Break the other day with me. He thinks this could be LeBron's last year in LA. What's going to happen with Golden State? I'm not sure, but I do love that everybody is kind of giving the roses to the Denver Nuggets, saying they will get out of the first round. They are a powerhouse. And I love, again, that they're just getting the roses on that. And it's been almost 20 years since Denver hosted the NBA All-Star Game. And believe it or not, there are 3 new criteria for hosting the event. Number 1, 250 hotel rooms and a minimum of 3 5-star hotels. Number 2, convention center of 650,000 square feet of exhibition space. And number 3, 75 nonstop domestic flights and at least 20 international flights. Now, funny enough, Denver does not have enough 5-star hotels to host the NBA All-Star Weekend. I'm looking at rent prices here in Denver, Colorado, and although they may slightly be going down, I cannot believe that we do not have enough 5-star hotels to host NBA All-Star Weekend. Now, if you are a Denver Nuggets fan, you have 100% seen this photo going around of Nikola Jokic rocking the Nuggets like crew neck back in the day with that blue, that aqua blue that everybody loves. And yes, it is hard to believe that full circle moment that he was wearing this in Serbia back in the day. Well, if you love it that much, guess what? You can finally buy your own sweater rocking the same blue and signage. Look at how cool that is. I'm so glad that everybody finally paid attention to what the people want, and they want to match Nikola Jokic. I hope one day that we can get Nikola Jokic in one of those crew necks again and take a picture next to him as well. Now, how concerned is Michael Malone about getting the number 1 seed in the playoffs? He spoke yesterday to media after yesterday's practice. Take a listen.
Well, for me, it's not like top 1 or 2 priority, to be very honest. And we talked about that with our team today. The good thing is Minnesota's number 1. We play them 3 more times. We're 3 games out. So we have avenues to become the number 1 team. It's definitely attainable. But I don't want to win that battle and lose the bigger war. When our starting unit plays, I think our record is like 24-6, a 75% winning percentage. So that to me is most important, is going into the playoffs, having our starting 5 healthy and ready for the load that's going to be placed upon them. As you get to the playoffs, the rotation shrinks and you play guys heavier minutes. So I think having home court in the first round is very, very important. I think having a healthy team going into the postseason is very important. And if we happen to be the 1 seed, that's just a cherry on top.
In Michael Malone, we trust. If he has full faith in his starting 5 to say that they can beat whatever team they need to beat when they're all healthy and together, then I absolutely believe him. I'm also with him, though. I don't think that they need to make a huge push to be the number 1 seed. Last year with the Avalanche, we kind of saw the exact same thing where they were trying, just so hard those final couple of games. And I think back to the game in Nashville where they ended up winning, but it literally exhausted the team. And you have to go into the playoffs nice and rested, especially with how competitive the West is going to be. That's going to be a major key for this Denver Nuggets team. So in Michael Malone, we fully trust. So hopefully go back to back. But yeah, I'm not too worried about getting that number 1 seed. Of course, if it came down and you all of a sudden make it down to the Western Conference Finals or the NBA Finals and you don't have home court, it does suck. But I do trust that this team would be able to go on the road and play a competitive game and hopefully be able to win. Today, it's a special day, or it could be a special day. It's 2/22, which is officially triple-double day. Nikola Jokic has an opportunity to make history. The Wizards are the only team that the Joker doesn't have a triple-double against in his career. Will he compete? Will he complete the task at hand? That's question number 1. Does he even care about the stat in general? You can tune in tonight, 7 p.m. tip-off as the Nuggets take on the Wizards. They are a bad team. Only 9 wins so far on the season, but will Nikola Jokic complete the task at hand? I sure hope so. There's lots of good stuff going on in Denver sports right now. Let me know how you feel about Bulls not possibly being with the team. I find that to be very fascinating. And then, of course, Nikola Jokic. And let me know, are you going to be picking up one of the crew necks? Maybe I need to go down there and pick up one myself. Looking at some of the comments, let's see. Rachel, what do you think about the Rapids this year? Figured we should talk about it as the MLS season starts. 100%. I cannot believe that soccer is back already. It's kind of crazy to even think about. I think that the Rapids will... I was with the team when they were really good and they had a great playoff run, and then they made some changes and it just felt like, no, there was too much that had happened for that team to continue success. Now, obviously, they have a new head coach after they fired Robin Fraser. So I'm expecting them to be an improved team compared to where they were last year, but I don't think that they're going to be making a deep run into the playoffs. I'm going to be fascinated to see kind of just like the bits and pieces and see if they get off to a hot start. I feel like that can tell you a little bit about this team. I will be very interested. And then, of course, you have to look at just the MLS as a whole. I know a lot of people aren't super interested in soccer, which I totally recommend if you've never been, especially in the summer, head out to Dick's Sporting Goods Park. It is so much fun to go out there just even for one match and just be able to see the field and take in everything. They do such a good job out there to really get the fans and everybody engaged. So it's always good stuff over there. Highly, highly, highly recommend. I think we need Bulls if we get a QB in the draft. I would 100% agree with you. They will need to have a good offensive line if you are going after a young QB. And I'm not really on board to just say, hey, good luck, Garett Bolles. See you later. This team, you got to keep the good pieces that you have. And I understand the point of, well, trade away those good pieces. So hopefully you can build with the draft and you can get, a second round pick or whatever it was that the Titans have to offer. I understand that idea of it, but I think if you really just think you're missing out on a QB, then 100% keep your pieces. See if a QB can come in here, whether it be a rookie or a bridge QB, or hey, maybe you even stick with Russell Wilson and you shock the entire world. I don't know, but I do think you keep Garett Bolles. I think you keep a lot of the guys that you already have on your team just to see if you're really just missing a quarterback, but also spoiler alert, I think they're missing a lot more on that front. All right, that's going to be it for your Denver Sports Daily. I appreciate you guys every single day hanging out with us. Come hang out with Andrew Mason and I at 12 p.m. Mountain Time, as he's going to be joining me on Coffee Break, of course, to talk about the Combine, which starts next week. Holy smoke, that's actually crazy. And then McCarthy, if we can actually get on board with JJ McCarthy or not, since we know Sean Payton likes him. We will see you guys tomorrow if you do not join us over there on Coffee Break, 10 a.m. for another episode of Denver Sports Daily. Get back to work, everybody. Bye.